It's me again. Let's have some fun. I'm going to show you how to take some SVG files, which are vector graphics files, and combine them. Now, you should strive to use copyright-free images, but if you're doing, say, t-shirt design, I'm going to do a quick demo t-shirt design. Here's my template. It's in the Amazon merch size. You should probably not use the graphics as is. You should change them around a bit. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. Okay. So here we have this skull. So I'm going to copy and paste that in. Okay. You can see the layer. Sometimes they come in a bunch of items which you would group together. I'll show you that later. Okay, so here's my skull. All right. So let's say I'm going to take this, say this multicolor heart. See, this one's already grouped. You could go in and change parts of it if you want, or you could take the whole thing. For now, I'm going to take the whole thing. Now, I'm not really going to use this heart the way you might think. I'm going to throw it in there, okay? What if I wanted the skull to kind of look like the heart, but the heart doesn't really, doesn't really work like that. It's either one or the other. If you take one and you put it like under the other, see this? He kind of takes on. Now, there probably are other graphics that would work better this way. I'm just doing this as a demo. I'm showing you how you can take one graphic and use it to color the other one. And what it'll do is you see how it doesn't color in these transparent parts. It will only color in the parts that have actual something there, okay, an element. You could always select the graphic itself. So there, I've got like a rainbow skull, right? And now say, I don't know, say I'm, who would use this? I don't know, maybe a gay biker group or something, I don't know. But now, say this unicorn, I don't really want to necessarily use the whole thing. I'm going to try to grab the horn only. I don't know how that's going to work. It's not always easy to grab these individual elements. Sometimes you have to look for another item. Okay, this one's going to be a little difficult. Let's see. Looks like these are the pieces of the horn. Okay, so I'm going to grab those. That's what I want. Go back to my image, and I'm going to paste them in. But I need to group these so that I can grab them in one shot. So now I don't want to do that. There. Wait. There? No. That won't work. Hang on. Okay, they're not really together. I want to group them together. So what I do now is I will right-click group so I can drag them around together. Again, this isn't the prettiest thing. This is just a demo. I wouldn't use this for a t-shirt. So here you've got a rainbow unicorn skull. So now you want to do some text. How would you do the text? Well, a good way to do the text, I always think, is to use this curve tool. Bring it over, kind of position it the way you might want it. You have to convert it to a text path. Kind of move. The green is where the word starts. You get the size. So you start a little large. Now what kind of, I don't know. I guess to go with the multicolor theme, maybe some kind of whimsical font. If this were not the rainbow guy, you'd probably use something ominous looking. But um, now, oh, is that too big? Pull it over a bit. That work, right? Okay, and now let's use I don't know, a different color. Say, let's make it yellow. And maybe we want to outline it with, say, white. You have to give it something. No, we don't want to do that. There. So, how would this look on a black background? Add a pixel layer underneath. All that's selected, you fill in the black color. So, I don't know. Let's play with this. Most people buy black t-shirts. Maybe you want to back that off a little so you can read it better, or even change the font. Maybe we want to make the color black in case they buy a light shirt. It seems like that yellow doesn't really need anything on a white background. But if you were to, say, add another pixel layer, make this one, say, white. No, what happened? Make it white. So you see now the outline in black. Oops, you just select it. Now the outline looks a little better. So if they buy a white shirt, this is how it looks. If they buy a black shirt, it looks like this. So now, say I want to take this, and let me just play with this. It may not look well. We'll see. I don't know. The outline looks good, but the stuff inside doesn't. We don't want to do this. Or get a different graphic. These are the decisions you have to make while you're doing this. It doesn't look too bad. Again, this is a demo. I wouldn't actually use this. Let me see, I want to make this a little bigger. So there you go. And you would make sure these pixel layers are unchecked when you render it. It needs to be transparent. So say I'm going to save this as unicorn biker t-shirt demo. And then finally, you would export, render it to a PNG file. These have to be like 300 dpi. And then you can actually open up the PNG file if you want to. Um, One thing I hate about this is the path. It never remembers where you were last unless it's like per operation, whatever you're doing. So here, it is. This is the PNG file that you would upload to, say, Amazon or Redbubble or TeePublic or something like that. And there you go. Isn't that easy? It's so easy to churn out a t-shirt design using uh, Creative Commons copyright free, and you should, like I said, if you mix elements, you can create your own. You don't need to use the unicorn as is. You don't need to use the heart as is. You don't need to use the skull as is. You combine them. You combine them, and you can create your own thing. And it's limitless what you can come up with using free graphics from the internet. Once you combine them in creative, unique ways, it becomes yours. For the most part, you should still use copyright-free stuff to begin with, just to be safe. Um, so there you go. I hope that you enjoyed this, and tune in for next time. I'm going to be doing mostly stuff like this. This is what I do. But there's also other creative things you can do, things like greeting cards and cutouts. I did some cutouts in my first video. I'll put it more in context with, like, say, a kid's party flyer, stuff like that. So just show you how easy it is to use. This was done with Affinity Designer, which is kind of like Adobe Illustrator. And the power here is just, I've barely scratched, I haven't even scratched the surface of what you can do with these things. So we'll have fun as time goes on. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.